Hi, good morning from Wow Women of Worth. This is Marianna and welcome Anna Tran. Good morning, Anna. How are you doing?
Good morning, Mariana. I'm doing very good. How are you?
Fine. I'm very well, thank you very much. So, where are you sitting now? Which city?
I am in Hertfordshire, so I'm working from home. Today is quite grey, but we have a very good weekend, and we went to the country-to-country music concert. It was fantastic.
Wow, good. Now I'm sitting in Milan now, and it's been awful week, rainy all the time. But today there is a little bit of sunshine, which is great. It's boosting your mood. Anyway, so for who doesn't know me, I am Marianna. I am the founder and CEO of Wow Women of Worth. Why we are here? Well, we are celebrating women in business, and especially during the month of March. With this year, we start on the 12th of February up to the 16th of March. We are celebrating women in business. So you say, wow, International Women's Day is already gone. Yeah, that's true. But we want to still, this is our mission throughout the year. And even if International Women's Day is past, we really want to continue our mission to support women in business. And because this year our theme is I am human, so for women that want to treat themselves as a human, so treating themselves, because sometimes we are the ones who are not treating ourselves as human but as machine, and that is allowing sometimes also others to treat us as machine, be perfect, knowing always what we have to say, being on top of things. But let's reconnect with ourselves. So that's why this is the thing. So I would like Anna introduce herself, and then I'm sure you'll enjoy the discussion with that about being women and being human and connect with yourself. So I'll leave with you your words for you to introduce yourself, Anna.
Yeah, thank you, Mariana. So my name is Ngan. I'm actually original from Vietnam, but I'm living in the UK. My dedication, passion, and commitment is to empower women not only succeeding in their career, in their business, but also thriving in their love life. Because what I see, the missing element from ambitious, professional, independent women is that they could be successful in their career, but in their romantic journey, sometimes they experience a lot of setbacks, heartbreak, and they have. I feel like they have everything else figured out, but the missing element is in their love life. So I experienced all of that, and I felt that I found the key to unlock um, what it would take for an ambitious woman to not only succeeding in their career, but also they can thrive in their love life. They can have a great loving relationship, which they truly desire. So that is now my passion in doing that.
I love it. I really love it because, yeah, you're absolutely right. Especially these days where we're focusing a lot on building our careers, we lose the connection with our heart. So, I mean, even the business could be a passion for a woman, but we are putting 100% into that sometimes, and actually we forget about ourselves, what is the heartbeat, being connected with the person that is your partner, for you to flourish as an individual totally. So thank you very much for what you're doing. It must be very, very exciting and very helpful for women to being balanced, not only business focused, but also heart focused. So in this respect, then, what do you think the human element is missing in connection when a woman that is feeling fulfilled entirely when themselves? What is really missing as a human element in women that are focusing in their business instead of their personal success?
Mm. So that is a brilliant question, and I also feel that is very personalized, meaning that what missing from what I see from my own perspective could be different with other somebody else, other women's perspective. So I can only speak from my own observation, my own experience, and my own perspective. Um, so what I see, in particular for women in business, women are very ambitious in their career, um, their um, their business is, uh, they suppress the feminine energy. They, of course, because we are ambitious women, we drive to be successful. We put a lot of effort in achieving success, achieve the goals, execute our ambitious plans. So sometimes we lose touch with our femininity. We disconnect with who we are as a woman, and it's very different from every single woman. So I don't want to generalize the experience, but that what I see. And why I say that, because 3 years ago, 2 years ago, I think I share in my description for this interview is, I experienced one of the most uh, difficult setbacks in my life, which was facing the wedding cancellation. And back then, I was really focused in driving my business, really focused on how can I get many more clients, and I was really disconnect with other areas of my life, including my love life, my health, my well-being, my social connections. So in one area, it was thriving, but other area it was diminishing, it was declining. And when I went through that turbulence, I sit down and I look all the elements in my life, and I felt is was so massive unbalance. And that was one of the biggest lesson I realized. So in order to have a sustainable happiness, health, success, it's just not only focus in one element of life, but also we have to look across other area of life, because all of those areas are interconnected. And experience setbacks in their love life, in their health, could have a tremendous effect to their business. So we cannot neglect other areas.
I totally agree, and your experience must be very, very strong on you, and the effect has been because when you have an experience like that, you feel everything is falling apart. You are focusing on something, and basically you realize that that thing is killing the rest of your life. So is dismounting everything, like is crumbling all what you have dreamed of and you are building on. And yeah, and I can imagine anyway, even for men must be a very dramatic experience, but I can imagine for women is even more. But sometimes when we are focusing on the fact that there is, yes, the business we are building, but in the meantime, when you realize that it didn't work for you the way you were expecting, your personal life with your the dream of the woman getting married, that is the crowning of a relationship. That is for us what is representing the wedding, not as an ultimate goal, but saying, okay, there is a bond there, we get together, we have a project together, and when it's not happening, even is from a personal side of view, it becomes like a failure of a project. So that thing, in my opinion, could be very something to overcome in order to pick up all the pieces again. Trust in yourself, first of
Sure.
all, and then in someone else. So, how do you then help women to realize that the love, or generally speaking, the union with your partner is the way how you unify yourself with someone else? What is the thing that we have to leverage in order to have an healthy relationship and be aligned with yourself? Because I think at the end of the day, nowadays, this is what the struggle and challenge is about.
Mm, yeah. So is my biggest advocacy for not only women but also men is have to start from ourselves. It has start from me if that my relationship. It has start from them if that their relationship. Meaning, in order to have a great loving relationship with another human being, could be their partner, uh, they must have a loving relationship with themselves first. They must take the responsibility for their own happiness, become self-reliance for their mental health, for their life, and to be proactive in nurture their love, and not put all of that pressure into somebody else, could be their partner, because um, without having our cup full, like how can we give? And what I'm seeing sometimes, from for people in the relationship, they're looking for somebody else to validate that they are worthy of love, that give them the approval and the validation that they are lovable. They don't have the confidence to let go that somebody are not in alignment with who they are, their values, where they want to be in their life. So all of that have to start from themselves, and they need to have a clarity on who they are as a human, their values, what they're looking for from their partner, where they're going in their relationship, and seeing that the relationship or partnership with their partner have to helping them to go to the direction that they want to see, and they want to move toward to their life.
The interesting thing is now we are talking about, for what I understand, is especially when this kind of things happens when you have already experienced. I mean, you've been maybe in other relationships, and then, or you're trying to figure out what is working best for you. But for example, for a young couple, it means that first of all, in terms of age, and secondly, they are starting, the relationship, they are dating, and then they are starting thinking to live life together, where there is no experience there. So that is so genuine relationship, so pure in a way, because there is so much, very brand new for them. So they are exploring themselves through that relationship. In that case, maybe it's going to be slightly more difficult, because not having a previous relationship, no terms of comparison, and so on and so on, that drives the relationship is driven by pure love, in the sense that they are abandoning themselves to get into the partner's life, enjoying fully and exploring ourselves. What do you think then? Because of then, when we're talking about being aligned, what we really want and everything, which is great, but do you think we are missing then what is instead happening when you are young? As I was talking about this example of young couples, they're exploring themselves, where there is everything pure, and then you give yourself 100%. Instead, when there is a more mature relationship where you've been hurt and you don't want to go through that. So what is then the border between the first kind of love, where there is 100% pure love, pleasing the person, instead that when you become more mature, instead you trying to defend from hurting yourself because of the experience you got before? How can we still have then in a mature relationship a pure
Mm,
love, in order that you still are able to feel yourself, but in the meantime, you are also in love with yourself, so you know exactly what is working,
mm,
what you are not. I don't know if it
yeah,
makes sense.
that is a brilliant question, and that is my work to helping women who experience trauma, heartbreaks, heartaches, to be able to trust themselves and trust another human being to truly love again. So let unpack the question. For young couple still exploring themselves, what they really want in their life, in their career, in their relationship, and I feel like it's very lucky if they be able to get married with their first love. That very lucky for those people, and not many, that is like represent a small number of people have that experience, and every single of us have a special, have a different love life journey, and it's very different from each other. For people, who are more mature, experience heartbreaks in the past, so they're more wounded, they come to the new relationship with a lot of layers, a lot of protections, a lot of stories, and belief about the relationship, right? So you said, like, they're gonna be guarded, they 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 feel hurt, so they don't feel safe to let go. They guard, they don't feel safe to fully enter the relationship with the view that the love is pure like in the past. So my um, advocacy or my work to helping those women is, first of all, it's a journey to build trust or regain the trust within themselves first, right? Because they are the center of the universe. They are the one making all of those decisions. And if they don't feel that they can trust themselves to make decisions, to uh, not even select the partner, to interact in the conversation, how they show up in the dating process with a man, if they don't trust themselves to be their authentic self, it's going to be a very difficult journey. So the first step, they have to do all of the work that they need to do to heal the past, release the emotional baggage, and regain the trust from within. That is the first step. And when they did that, they say, okay, I have unconditional love. I have a loving, healthy relationship with myself. Yes, people come and go. Some people come and teach me certain lesson, and now I pass that test from the universe. Now I gain the clarity about who I am as a human, values that I present, and what I'm looking for from my partner, my relationship, and then I'm gonna go out there, send my wish out there to the universe, and I just believe the right person gonna show up at the right time and in the right place for me. So how can they let go their guard to truly love again after they experience heartbreaks? Um, I believe that they need to have an unshakable bond within themselves, and they just know that whatever happened, they can handle it. They can trust themselves to navigate through life. And it's just not only in the relationship. You probably gonna agree with me. Same in the business, we make decisions, and some decisions are turned into a costly failures, mistakes. But then if we have a trust within ourselves, we trust that we can navigate through those journey. We have a resilient to pick ourselves back up when we're falling down. Then it's it's fine. Anything happen. It's have happened for us to grow. And if we see through that lens, it's just become an exciting journey, because now everything is for us to grow, for us to discover who we really are.
Thank you for that, Anna. The last question really that I think is a lot of women will relate to is when there is a failure of relationship. When we say failure, we think that when is broken is a failure. And first of all, so the perspective is a failure. So not thinking, it didn't work, but actually it's a failure. So feeling the heaviness of what has happened. And secondly is the guilt. So most of women think that it's their guilt. They should have done more, and maybe they didn't understand the person, blah, 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 blah. So how do you think now we need to change the perspective and saying that is always our fault, is our guilt, is there is a relationship falling apart?
Mm. First of all, we have to accept and take the responsibility for our decisions. And if we see, okay, if we are the one making those decisions and we don't like the outcome that we produced in the past, now we can change the actions, we can change the belief, we can change our behavior to create a new outcome. So what I say is, if you are, we heard that phrase a lot in the personal development, if you are a problem, then you are the solution, right? So just change the perspective. Yes, the failures, I see like the failures, uh, what is mean is failure compared with standard. Who said it is a failure? It's so experience. And some people say, getting married with their first love, it is successful. Is that really the case, right? So because everybody is different, and uh, my success is different with your success, and we have to know who we are, values we represent, what we're looking for, and be content with those standards that we set for ourselves. So come back to how can those women, experience heartbreak, setbacks, turbulence in their personal relationship? How can they reframe those stories? Um, it's have to come back to themselves, and they have to have a strong belief about the values that they represent to this world, right? The experience happened to them, certain things that beyond their control, like my ex-boyfriend cancel the wedding. um it's not how I represent in this world. It's just he doesn't see that we can grow together. And we have to accept our journey together by that moment is ended, and now it's better to let go and allow each other to grow into the different direction, because we represent a different set of values. So in that sense, is that really a failure, or is that a liberation for us to grow and to write a new chapter, which gonna make our book, our life book, is more interesting, more meaningful, and more alignment with where we want to go. And I look back in that relationship, have I would not experience the wedding cancellation, I would not meet my current partner. I would not be able to do the work to advocate for ambitious women to have a loving relationship. I would not be able to have a courage to share all of this story. So, is that a failure, or is that on the other side, it's a gift that the universe gives for each and every single of us to use that gift and to contribute to this world?
Yeah, there's a sort of growth anyway for yourself, first of all, and yeah, an opportunity to share this message of the fact that things can happen. Sometimes, yeah, taking responsibility, but sometimes it's also not under your control 100% of the times. So we can't take responsibility for something that is out of our control. So if you can pick up one word, what would you be for 2024 for your message to get out of that, a sort of mantra of intention for you to grow your business?
Focus. And focus, what I mean by focus is you have to be clear about your goals. If you look back, like in a year time, you look back, um, how can you see yourself? Like what sort of actions, um, thought, feeling, belief that you need to build every day to be able to be where you want to be at the end of year 2024. So focus and have a clear goals about where you want to go, and that going to allow you or inspire you, influence your decision to say yes or to say no to things in life.
Brilliant, Anna. Thank you so much for sharing such first of all personal story that is making you to leverage for your business to help women in business, women generally speaking, to believe in themselves and having a romantic relationship that is making them flourish instead of being slaves to themselves, or in a relationship where they are not free to be themselves. Really appreciate for what you're doing, and hope to see you soon. You take care. Ciao, Anna.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye, Mariana.
Pleasure. Bye.